Today, we're going to focus on talking about protecting your energy so that you can perform your best. Welcome to Unbreakable. Hey. I hope everybody had a phenomenal weekend. I know I did. Look, it seemed like it go really fast too. And that's one of the main reasons why you should be enjoying your week as well, because the weekends fly a little bit too quick for me. So I kind of want to focus on how we going to start off this week for Monday with championship mindset and championship performance. And so we are going to talk about energy. I happened to be at a networking event where the speaker kind of talked about different people burning out and the physical breakdown on the body, putting all these tasks on your plate, not really knowing how to manage it, and it's causing stress, migraines, things that simulate a heart attack. Even at a young age, 24, 25, 34, 35, and up, understanding how to work your energy is important. So this is Championship Monday, where we're going to actually take a look at not surviving the week, but owning it. So we are going to talk about working on things that drain your plate and not loading your plate and making it too full. Being unbreakable isn't about how much you carry. It's about carrying the right things with the right strength, clarity, and focus. And so I got 3 coaching points for you to start this week off. Coaching point number 1 is really going to focus on and focusing on our energy. So thank you for that. I mean, that's what battle and doing different things is about. It's about overcoming different things. And so I had a little energy glitch. Needed to plug back up my laptop. So we focusing on energy, and energy really is not a finite resource. It is not an endless supply. So I wanted to be able to look up and give you an exact definition of finite. And finite is, it describes something that has limits or boundaries, especially in terms of quantity, extent, or duration. Essentially, finite indicates that something is not infinite and has a definite end or a limit to it. And so energy is not a resource. It has an endless limit to it. And so you have to protect that. And so since we focus on how people are wired, we're masters at it, we're expert at it. When I see people walk around on a daily basis, I see how they're wired. And that tells me the best way to interact with them and how to gauge the level of energy that they have and what they may need and what type of support they need, or even how I can help them be successful. And so I kind of want to take a look at four temperaments and how they manage their energy for the day. So we're going to take a look at overloading yourself with tasks, responsibilities, or even relationships. And so your D's and disc, your green, your powerful cholerics, they always push, 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 push until they explode. That's because they keep stacking things on their plate because they think they can, until something physically happened to them and then they realize, oh, that's a problem. And then you have your popular sanguines, or your eyes, or your orange color temperament, and they always say yes. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I'll coach. Yes, I'll go to this marketing event. Yes, I'll go here. Yes, I'll go there. And so they'll say yes until they actually collapse with exhaustion. And so that's not a good situation. And then your perfect melancholies, they are your gold temperaments. They are the C in the DISC model, and they just drown in details. They are going to focus on so many details that they actually keep adding more and more on their list, and the details and more details, and they take care of more details, and then they actually feel like they're drowning. And then your peaceful phlegmatics, they are the blue temperament, or the S in the DISC model, and they just avoid but secretly carrying stress. And the more they avoid, the more stressful things become. And so just being aware of how you're wired is super important, because it will teach you how much to put on your plate. And you have to remember that strength isn't saying yes to everything. It's knowing what deserves your yes. And never forget that. I'm going to say it one more time. Strength isn't saying yes to everything. It's knowing what deserves your yes. And coaching point number 2, protect energy is about priorities, not about willpower. Most people think that being strong means forcing yourself through exhaustion. You have always heard, we'll push through it, we'll push through it, we'll push through it. But real toughness comes from focus and really asking the question, what gives me energy and what drains it? Relationships really thrive when you're energized, and conflict grows when it's empty. And so if you find yourself always getting in conflict, it might not necessarily be the other person. It may be the simple fact is that you just don't have the energy to deal with it. Did you eat breakfast? Well, I don't eat breakfast. Drink coffee and a donut. Okay. Now you don't have the proper nourishment, and things are irritated all around you. They irritate you and you're not able to deal with them. And now you're super exhausted because you didn't even fuel your body properly in order to be able to go at a champion's pace. And so just be aware that boundaries, it's not a weakness. It's just that it's a shield to protect your best self. And boundaries don't block love, they protect your love. They protect how you perform. They protect how you operate on a team function. And it's so important as you go through your week to understand how you're wired, know what deserves your yes, and that don't keep stacking things on your plate and thinking you need to always push through some things. Do you need to build some mental toughness? Yes. Do you need to operate with grit? Yes. But there's also a time to take a knee. There's also a time to replenish yourself so that you can operate at a championship level. And then coaching point number 3, we are going to focus on energy management creates clarity in all relationships. How you manage your energy is going to be a key indicator on what you see in other relationships. When you're overloaded with tasks, two, three, four jobs, small issues feel like big ones. And for the most part, they're going to create a conflict. And it's not about love. It's not about the missed. It's really, it's not about the love or the relationship in the team dynamic. It's going to be more about you're so exhausted that everything's going to look like a miscommunication. You're going to misread people's temperament. And so then it becomes this confusion or this chaos when really it's really about your exhaustion level. And then understanding how you and the other person really are wired will help you see if the conflict is real or if it's just a matter of if you have low energy. And so protecting that and taking care of yourself is super important in how you operate, especially if you're going to operate at the next level or do things like that. And then um whenever you have a problem or a conflict and you try to resolve it, it's really gonna make it kind of come from a place of understanding and sincerity. It's gonna come from a place of love. You'll be able to use the right language with the right energy, and it'll last. But it's hard to do that when you have so much on your plate and so much to do. You don't have time for those things over there. And so love is not just enough. Um, 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 it's loving in the right language with the right energy that will create the right dynamic and help you to become unbreakable. And as I get ready to close out on this Monday, because I hope everybody has a phenomenal week, I want you to remember, sit down, make a list of things you want to attack. Make a list of things that you were grateful for. Identify one thing that you didn't do last week. Make sure you do that thing this week and add one more thing you want to get accomplished in order for you to have a second week back to back of consistency and applying these unbreakable principles. And just remember, Mondays aren't the mountain, they're the momentum. Start strong, stay strong, and end the week in your favor. Look, I'm Coach Bowles. This is Unbreakable. Everybody have an amazing week and be super productive.